Senator Daniel K. Inouye, a great American hero.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. My dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, I'm deeply humbled and grateful to the Committee of 100 for this extraordinary award. I hope that I deserve it. I'll do my best to live up to it. This has been an exciting evening to be in the presence of all of you, and especially my distinguished colleagues here. But on a personal note, I'm so happy to have my legislative brother with me, Senator Stevens. As some of you are aware, he and I initiated the China-U.S. Interparliamentary Conference, which is still going on. And as I told the ambassador this afternoon, this was the first interparliamentary conference that the United States has convened with an Asian country, and the first with a socialist country. We'll do our best to maintain good relations, and I thank you very much for this award.
That was wonderful. I'm sorry about the delay a little bit. There are so many important people in the hallway. It's amazing. Anyway.
We would like to invite two distinguished Committee of 100 members to present the next awards. The first is Dr. Cheng Li, who was born in Shanghai, came to the United States in the mid-1980s to pursue graduate studies, first at UC Berkeley and then at Princeton. He is now the research director and a senior fellow at the Brookings Institute's John Thornton China Center. Cheng also serves as a director of the National Committee on U.S.-China Relations. One of the world's foremost experts on China's leadership politics, Dr. Li frequently appears on radio and TV news programs, most recently on NPR's Diane Rehm Show and PBS's Charlie Rose Show.
Our other Committee of 100 member to present the next award with Dr. Cheng Li is Ming Hsieh. He's the honorary co-chair of this annual conference and our conference host. He's one of the leading high-tech entrepreneurs in the country. Born in China, he has been the Chief Executive Officer, President, and Chairman of the Board of Cogent since he founded the company nearly 20 years ago. Prior to that, he founded AMAX Technology, and he was an R&D engineer at the International Rectifier. Mr. Hsieh is a member of Board of Trustees of the University of Southern California and a member of the Advisory Board of USC's Viterbi School of Engineering. He also serves on the advisory board of the RAND Center for Asian Pacific Policy. In 2005, he was a national finalist for the Computer World Honors Program in the business and related service field. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Cheng Li and Mr. Ming Hsieh.
Well, it is our distinct honor to present the Committee of 100 Leadership Awards for advancing U.S.-China relations. I'm privileged to introduce our first Leadership Award winner, Dr. Henry Kissinger. Every statesman wants to have a strong voice. Dr. Kissinger's voice is not only strong, but also distinctively recognizable. Born in Fugh, Germany, Dr. Kissinger came to the United States in 1938 and was naturalized as a U.S. citizen 5 years later. After serving in the Army for the last 3 years of World War II, Dr. Kissinger spent the next 2 decades at Harvard as an undergraduate, a PhD candidate, and a professor. His tenure at Harvard was interrupted by service in Washington to chair the National Security Council and to serve as Secretary of State. For his many achievements, Dr. Kissinger received the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian award, the Medal of Liberty, and the Nobel Peace Prize. When he is not engaged in government service or academic teaching, Dr. Kissinger has utilized his pen in addressing the problems and complications of an ever-changing world. We all know the story of Dr. Kissinger's historical trip to China in 1971. One of the most memorable lines during the normalization process was his remark to Premier Zhou Enlai, and I quote, "After dinner of Peking duck, I will sign anything." His voice of reason helped end 2 decades of mutual hostility between China and the United States. The result was the formation of a strategic anti-Soviet alliance, which contribute to enhancing the prospects for peace and stability in the world, and eventually led to the end of the Cold War. Today, Dr. Kissinger's voice of reason continues to bear weight and authority around the globe, and remains especially influential in crafting American response to China's rise. He recently argued that the United States and China should see each other not as an enemy, nor seek a common enemy, but instead should work together to deal with a wide range of common challenges. Let me add a more personal note. For Ming here and I, who grew up in China during the Cultural Revolution, the very name of Henry Kissinger embodies wisdom, diplomacy, respect for different cultures, and of course, hope. For many of us in the hall this evening, the opening of China was not only a turning point in history, but also an event that has profoundly changed our lives and the lives of millions of Chinese Americans, and Americans. Dr. Kissinger is a man who has made change happen and who personifies the American dream. He brought hope from despair, he learned from the past, and he helped create a better future. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Henry N. Kissinger.
Mr. Chairman and friends, when I came to China the first time 38 years ago, I had prepared an opening set of comments of staggering profundity. And I was going on and on until I reached a sentence in which I said, so now we find ourselves in this land of mystery. And Prime Minister Zhou Enlai put up his hand and said, "What is so mysterious about China?" And I said, "Well, it's pretty mysterious to us." He said, "Think about it. There is 1 billion of us, and it is not mysterious to us." And it was turned out to be a very profound remark. We have now had, this is the 8th president since the opening with China. It is the 4th generation of Chinese leaders.